Hello friends, welcome back to my channel and thanks so much for watching. Today I have every single light on possible, every window open, all of it, because it is so dark and gloomy, and I figured what better way to perk up my spirits than to talk about my Amazon finds from the past couple of months. So these are all unique finds. I've got them separated out between fashion, home, beauty, all of that, and it's going to be separated into chapters in this video for you guys to easily skip through. So if you don't want to see the fashion, you want to kind of see the home stuff, you'll be able to just hover over the time bar and skip right to the section you want, and it will all be linked in the description bar according to how you see it on screen as well. So lots of very good things, random things that I don't think, some of the stuff we've had for a very long time, I don't think it's ever made it into one of my Amazon videos. Some things that are new that I am just loving. So I'm going to talk about it all today. Not going to try and talk too much. Make sure to go below and click the subscribe button if you are new here. I would love to have you guys join my YouTube family, and also follow my husband and I on our vlog channel right here if you like more day-to-day content. And let's go ahead and get started. Also, I am extremely out of breath, so you will have to forgive me if it is sounds like I just ran a marathon in this video. This baby is just so up in my ribs and he has not dropped yet, so I'm really struggling to breathe these days. Okay, gonna start out with fashion and then beauty because those are the two smallest categories by far. And the first fashion piece is actually these sandals. So I bought these about a week and some change ago. Came in on Prime, but I just shared them for the first time a couple days ago in my Amazon spring dresses video, which I'll link right here for you guys. And I love these sandals. I actually find myself gravitating towards them a lot. I did have these that I got last summer from Amazon, and they looked similar. I believe it was Mark Fisher, maybe was the designer that had some shoes that were similar to this, but these were under 20 bucks. And one of my girlfriends who had the Mark Fisher shoes said they were so uncomfortable. And so I got these and I really loved them. The only thing is just if you do get your feet wet, you wear them to the beach or whatever, the lake, they just do kind of pinch a little bit, but if your foot is completely dry, you're good to go. But I felt like these are just a little bit more dressy, probably because of the I don't think it's actually real wood because it's not that uncomfortable, but maybe it's a leather material on the bottom. These just look a little bit fancier than these, so I've actually been really loving the way these look. I was able to wear these out this past weekend when it was actually 70 degrees, not 21 degrees, and they were very nice, very comfortable. I did have to size up half a size to a 10, but just do be aware they are very narrow, so if you do have wide feet, these probably are not the shoe for you. So next I have a set of sunglasses. I actually have purchased these, whoopsies. Actually I purchased these individually before and I lost them, and then when I got on Amazon I saw that they had this really cute set and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to go ahead and buy those, and then found the black pair. So now I have two of these, but I love the way these look on. They are super pretty. They look like, I believe it is a pair of Chanel sunglasses. You can see the little detail right there on the side. They're just really pretty on a lot of different face shapes. A lot of people, you can go to the review section and people have pictures of themselves on there, so you can kind of see if your face shape is not like mine, what they kind of look like. But they're really gorgeous, and I actually included these. I love them so much. I included these in my Instagram giveaway that I do monthly. It's completely separate from YouTube, but I give away two boxes of things that I really love, or a gift card or whatever, to two girls at the end of every month, and these are actually in it this month. I went ahead and bought two more packs because I just think they're so pretty. I love the way they look. They're very comfortable to wear for hours at a time. They don't hurt your ears, and they're just really stylish. I also have these two bangles here that I purchased from Amazon. I think they're $11 a piece or something, very affordable, and they look really similar to some of the designer options. You can get a gold or silver, and because I'm just more of a gold girl, I definitely got the gold, so I got the black stone and then the blue stone. You can kind of see them there. They're just really nice, and they do they have a little bit of flex to them, so that you can squeeze them and make them a little bit tighter on your wrist, but not much that it feels like it's gonna fall off or get flimsy over time. And then the last one is actually the phone case. So this gigantic rock is from Etsy. I was not aware it was gonna be that big. It is very large, but I told you guys recently I kind of heard the pop socket / loopy war going on Instagram, and I was like, why did I get rid of my pop socket? Because one of the best things about a pop socket is you can actually lean your phone up, and it you can watch things on your phone, and the loopy is just completely flimsy, and so I went back to the pop socket side. So this is from Etsy. I will link it below for you guys, but the phone case is actually separate, and it is from Amazon. It just has these like really pretty geometric patterns on it. And then it's got like a marble, like a pink glitter, pink, and then like a little gold. So it's really pretty in rose gold, but I did just kind of make this little combo to create my very girly phone case. This right here, let me tell you, my friends are like, girl, that is a rock on the back of the phone. It's a big thing, but it is amazing, especially when you're on your phone as much as I am. 35 weeks. Someone give me some faith and tell me that your baby dropped at like 35 weeks and 2 days so that I can know that it's coming soon. So all of the beauty stuff is repurchases, but things that you guys absolutely just need, like so need. So I have talked a lot about the Lumineux like whitening strips before. I have shared them in monthly favorites. I love them, but pregnancy does give you very sensitive teeth, like more sensitive than most, and the whitening strips are amazing for sensitive teeth. Like I have super sensitive teeth, and those did not bother me at all until I got pregnant. So I went to the whitening pins, and I love them so much. I put these on. Now I'm doing like every other day. They are pregnancy safe because I'm starting to find myself very scatterbrained. But for a while I was using these every day, but I went ahead and stocked up the other day on a couple more of these just because I do not know if my teeth will continue to stay that sensitive after I give birth. But the pins are amazing because you can use them for regular whitening, or you can use them as a spot treatment. So like you can throw it in your purse, you can go out, it says you can brush it on your teeth, wait about 60 seconds, and then like drink wine, drink coffee or whatever, and it will help as like a stain resistance kind of effect. But these are also great for just general whitening. So they do take some time because they are more sensitive on your teeth. But if you are not using either Lumineux whitening strips or pins, get them. They are hands down the best, and they're non-toxic, pregnancy safe. They're just overall a really good brand. This self-tanning lotion, this is another, oh, and these are included in the monthly giveaway, and so is this on Instagram. So you definitely, if you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure that you do and go ahead and enter in that giveaway. I have a giveaway highlight tab where I have all the details. So this self-tanning lotion is also pregnancy safe. I believe it's rated either a 0 or a 1 on the EWG app, but I've talked a lot about it. I have just stocked up on it recently because I love it. One, I love the way it smells. This actually is a very like really good smelling self-tanner, but it also is really hydrating. I don't feel like my skin is dry after using this, and it doesn't work fast because it is one you have to put on and like wait 8 hours. So I'll put it on, go to bed, but it is one that doesn't transfer, and I find that it does not come off the easiest. So you're not gonna have to worry about reapplying this every couple days. I did get a couple of the fair to mediums, but usually in the summertime, like when it's like June and July and everyone's like super tan, I will wear the medium to dark just because it is a little bit darker. But I would not say that this is like a super dark tan, even the medium to dark by any stretch. It just gives you that nice little glow. But this is a clean, very hydrating self-tanner that I've been using for a while now, and I really like it. Another repurchase, Olaplex number 4 and 5. I've talked a lot about these. I will link right here the hair video for you guys where I shared like my favorite hair products, and I kind of talked about the Olaplex products that I really like. And in there I mentioned that my hair does best when I change up my shampoo and conditioner, and a lot of you guys, it makes me so happy to hear, have either like commented on that video or you've messaged me through Instagram DMs and told me that like you didn't realize that your hair needed that too, and now that you kind of change up your shampoos and conditioners, your hair's a lot happier. I don't know why, but that just seems to kind of work. And so when I wash my hair on Wednesdays, this is what I use, and then on Sundays I use the Function of Beauty shampoo and conditioner. So I use these for Wednesdays, and I was running out, and so I went ahead and grabbed a couple more. Another product that I really like, so I know sometimes people can be a little nervous about buying beauty products through Amazon, but It Cosmetics ships like from It Cosmetics, so you will get like separate Amazon packaging. I've never had something that I purchased, now you have to purchase it like through obviously It Cosmetics on Amazon, but I've never purchased something from It Cosmetics and it didn't come in like its own separate box and like its own separate packaging. It won't like ship with a ton of other stuff. I think you sometimes still can get it on Prime, but I had to get a couple more of the CC cream, so I got one that is my regular color and then one that's my like when I get, you know, my self tan on kind of color. So I purchased these the other day because I really was running low, and they are just a very good CC cream. Let's start with this. It actually came in today and I am so excited. So I drove my mom's car recently because I drive my mom's car whenever I'm with her, and we're like, she says, oh, let's take my car, but she's a bad driver and she doesn't like driving. So I was like, all right, I'll drive. and she has this magical little thing in her cup holder. And I was like, what is this? But I really liked it because I have to figure out how to kind of, I think you can like take the cups off and kind of make it smaller for your cup holders. But what got me was I was able to just like rest my phone down in this little cup holder, like holder for my phone, and it wasn't like falling all over the car, because I plug my phone into a charger when I get in the car, but I usually, I mean, you don't need to mess with your phone while you're in the car. So I like for it to like still have its kind of place. So it just kind of falls all over the place. I was like, you know what? This is like a really neat little contraption. So I went ahead and purchased myself one, and it came in today, and I'm really excited to put it in my car, just because it really does bother me. Like I do it a lot. It's like when I'll take a turn or something and my phone will be connected to a phone charger and it will like fly off to the side or fall on the floor or something. So now I will at least have my phone in one place, and it's also great if you are using your GPS. But again, guys, practice road safety. Please don't use your phone while you're driving. Think of others. Do not text and drive. So this is actually technically my second car trash can. I have one that I really like, but I like it because it hangs from my passenger side seat. So whenever I have to throw something away, I just reach behind me, I toss it in. So two problems with that. One, I've never ridden in the back seat of my car. It's my car. So I drive it, or I'm in the passenger seat and my husband's driving. He has said if he ever rides in the back, or like one of his brothers rides in the back, he's like, Mariah, it is right in your face. Like it is a huge trash can. And so we have to move it, and then it's like falling all over the place. It's just like, it's very big and kind of inconvenient that it does hang behind the seat. And in my car, it can't fit in the middle console. This one can. So this is actually a much smaller trash can. It is advertised, shown on the right on the passenger side. Like you can like basically lean over to your passenger side and throw the trash away. But to me, that also defeats the purpose, because then you have like passengers in your car who have their feet like right up next to your trash. So what I like about this one, it has a little hard bottom. It is smaller, so it actually fits in between like the middle console and then the seat in the back, but you can loop it. So mine's kind of wrinkled. You can loop it into your console so it's not falling all over the place. So what you'll do is just like open up your center console, kind of loop this through, tighten it down to make sure that it's like fully tight and doesn't flail all over the place. And then you have this like secure little trash can for your car. I don't ever throw anything wet away in mine, so like I don't know how durable it is as far as that. This is for like receipts, straw paper, like napkins, Reese cup wrappers. Like that's it. So definitely wouldn't recommend throwing away liquid in here, but I do like this a little bit smaller for my small car. I drive a Nissan Altima, and this just fits perfect right behind the console. Now this I actually don't have like in my hands because it is in my fridge and slam full of avocados. So I am someone, I know that people are different. If it was up to me, the fridge would be like 90% drawers. Like I love lots of drawer space in fridges, and I feel like ours just does not have enough. It only has 3 drawers, and one of them is like up top, and then it's got, you know, the 2 bottom ones. They just fill up quickly. So I actually bought this because I felt like I just needed more drawer space in our fridge, specifically with my avocados. I have so many, I eat them like every day, and so I really liked having the option of being able to have an additional drawer anywhere in my fridge that I want it to be, and it actually holds a ton of stuff. Anybody else like addicted to watching TikTok organizing videos? Just me? No? These little webcam covers, we actually bought 2 because I wasn't sure if I was going to find these again, but last I checked they are still in stock, thankfully. So I got really, really cute rose gold ones for my laptop, my computer, and then actually my work laptop a couple years ago, and then they completely disappeared off the internet. I couldn't find them anywhere. Well, my husband recently got a promotion, which was really exciting, but the first thing they said is, hey, we're gonna get you a laptop. You're gonna be able to do away with your regular webcam that has the little door on it. So he was like, hey, we gotta find me some webcam covers. I don't know if there's truth to this, but I have heard that the director of the FBI and Mark Zuckerberg both cover their webcam. If that does not tell you that you should be doing it too, because they know, or like the director of like cybersecurity or whatever, the FBI, if those 2 men are covering their webcam covers, you need to be as well. And I have seen all kinds of things. I've seen sticky notes, I've seen tape, I've seen people like draw over theirs with a Sharpie, which permanently ruins it. Had a coworker who did that. These are just, you stick them on and then it's like this little door that just slides back and forth. It is so easy. It doesn't damage the camera at all. I had to actually change out my work laptop one time, and when I was handing it to the IT guy, I just pulled it off really quickly and you couldn't even tell where it had been. So these are great. Get them if you have a webcam. I know a lot of us are still working from home, and my husband was definitely, he felt a lot more like secure when I got those in, because I don't know, I've never loved webcams like always just staring at me, but when I heard at least the rumor that Mark Zuckerberg and the director of like the cybersecurity or whatever at FBI cover their webcams, I was like, me too then. Okay, this is very random. So I heard a lady the other day in the store talking about how frustrated she was at just like crazy prices are right now in general, how everything is just so expensive. But she was saying that she always struggles to find new Mrs. Meyer's soaps that are full in the scents that she likes. And I was thinking to myself, and had she not been so far away and me be out of breath and like it would have taken me 45 minutes to walk the 10 feet to her, I would have got up and told her this. But Amazon does have Mrs. Meyer's refills. So you can get dish soap refills, you can get the like multi-purpose cleaner refills, you can get regular hand soap like refills, and it's a lot cheaper than buying the full set over and over and over again. So I always restock on this, and so I did when I was going through my Amazon list last night, like my Amazon orders, making the lists of what I'm going to share today. I did want to share that with you guys because I don't know if you know that, but you can get Mrs. Meyer's stuff restocked in like the big jars, and it's a lot cheaper than if you replace it every single time. Okay, these pink pens are so good. I don't know if they come in other colors, just trust me, but I actually have to hide these from my husband because I know the day that he gets his hand on one of these, he's there to steal them all. I guess I could just order him more. I mean, I don't think he cares about them being pink pens. He couldn't care less about that. He would steal every single one of them because both of us are kind of like pen hoarders. You guys, these are the best pens, and they come in this like huge pack, and I have them all over the house. They write really nice and clean. Like pens are just I'm a sucker for a good pen. And so I found this pack in, I believe it was like mid to late February, and I've just been like, oh, my pink pens, they're so good. These are what I use to write in my calendar every day. Just trust me. Huge pack of pens, and they are like the best. Really don't feel like I've ever shared pens here on my channel before. We've got a lot of random stuff today. This has been probably one of my favorite like home purchases of the year. So this actually just sits over the top of your sink, and it is actually a drying rack. So this leans over our sink, and we actually have been using this a lot. It can hold a ton of weight. So we actually have a lot of caraway pots and pans now. Those are like the non-toxic, non-stick ones, but you can't put them in the dishwasher, nor would I. And they're so easy to just hand wash. It takes like a couple minutes, but they are very large. And so it's kind of frustrating when you're trying to clean up dinner and then you're also putting like a hand washed item out on the counter on a towel to dry. So I've really liked this because it also just makes kind of cleanup easier, because as you're hand washing, you're just one side of the sink hand washing. After you rinse it, you just put it over here and it kind of just dries and can drip over the actual sink itself. So got this in, I believe, we're only 10 days into March, so I believe I got this in February. But it's definitely been like one of my favorite purchases that we bought for our house, just because it's something you just don't realize how much you need it until you have it. This is actually one of my favorite purchases as well. So I liked this so much that I bought two, one for the baby stuff, one for mine and my husband's stuff, and we've been collecting our cords and kind of putting them to the side, and this weekend we have to get in there and kind of like label and organize everything like I have here. But I have like, some of these are labeled up at the top, some of them I like labeled the cord, just depending on the size of it. But this is literally an organizer with a lid from Amazon that you can use for a variety of things. You could put makeup in this, you could put crafts in here, you could put kitchen stuff in here, but for me, I liked the size of each of these slots, so I felt like they would be really good for cables, cords, all of that. And sure enough, my son has collected so many of these things already that this thing is like almost full, and he's not even here yet. There's just something that makes you feel so good when all of your cables and cords are organized. So cut to these. So I actually have shared before, I know we had a couple packs of these. It was a much smaller pack, but my husband, when he got his laptop, he knew he was going to be going like back and forth to work, and he was going to need like a docking station. It was just going to be different. So he actually did want to go ahead and get some of these for the back of his desk to organize the desktops that stay here for when he works from home. And so he bought a pack of these, and he actually has only used one so far, but I have found myself lately being like, I really could use a cable cable organizer here. I really could use a cable organizer here. So I have it on my to-do list this weekend when we go through and organize all of our cables and cords and stuff. Go ahead, stick these. You can like peel off the back of it, stick it to whatever little surface you need, and it just holds a cord in place. It's really great for like nightstands, to hold your phone charger from falling off. Lots of different things. We have like one on our printer to hold the printer cord. These are really great, kind of like a kind of multi-purpose. Kind of not, but they really do work with a bunch of different stuff. This ended up being one of the best accidental purchases I think I've ever made on Amazon. So I bought my husband a brewmate for his Christmas stocking. And the one that I bought him, I thought was for glass beer bottles. Well, it wasn't. It was actually for cans. I did not pay enough attention, but he was actually playing around with it and he was like, wait a minute, this is a lid. I can use this for my water. And so he filled up his water and his ice and he put it in his brewmate. And like a full day later, the ice was still in there cold, and my husband never drinks his like daily recommended water amount. Like I think he's been dehydrated since like 2012. Like it's just ridiculous. Well, so sure enough, that brewmate, he likes it so much that he has been using that one as his water bottle daily, and it goes to work with him because he can fill it up with ice, and then throughout the day he can refill his water, but the ice isn't melting, so he's still getting that really, really cold water. It has a really nice lid. I have actually seen him. It makes me nervous every time he does it. He has a backpack that he wears to work. He'll stick his other brewmate in the side, and when he comes home, he doesn't like, you know, instantly take the backpack off, so sometimes he'll lean down to pet Zeus, and I have watched that bottle more times than I can count, just like tip over in the front and nothing comes out of it. So it is completely like waterproof. I'll link that one, but this one actually is 4 bottles. So this one comes with a couple different screw-on lids, so it'll tell you, like, I think the smaller one is for these brands, and then the larger one holds these brand glass bottles. But the whole point to it is you can put your glass bottle in, screw on the lid, and then you could actually flip it over. Of course, you're gonna spill beer, but if you flip it over, the whole thing's not gonna come flying out and break glass everywhere. So best accidental purchase ever. I ended up getting him the one that I thought I wanted to get him, and it came in this really cool wood pattern. So it was really kind of a win-win. I don't know how I have been working out from home since 2020 and just bought a foam roller. What have I been missing? If you work out at all, even if you don't, you probably still need one of these and can benefit from them. So the Sweat app is the app I've been using like pretty much. I mean, I do still use some other ones. Sweat app has like been my favorite for the past 2 years, and one of the things I also love is she has full recovery day, like exercises on there, and she's always using a roller, and I'm like, I guess I need to get a roller. So these have actually helped a lot with the Charlie horses and my legs at night. Oh my gosh, those things are aggressive. I have tried everything to get rid of them, and actually like sitting on this, kind of like rolling around on it, you know, put it on your legs and all that stuff before I get in bed, and then sometimes also in the morning, has helped ease that up a ton. But seriously, like this roller is amazing. And even when it came in, Sam was like, how do we not have one of these? Like, don't we have one of these? And I said, no, I've never purchased one. He was like, oh, you're gonna love that. So I've really liked having this. It is something that I use almost every single day, and it's super affordable and lightweight and just like small, so it fits in like the corner and it doesn't take up a ton of room. This treadmill is so good. So this actually I saw on TikTok. It doesn't go faster than the speed of 6. So I get a lot of questions on Instagram when I talk about it is, you know, have you ever fallen off of it? Embarrassingly, yes, but it was 100% my fault. It was not the treadmill. But a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, I just don't know how that, you know, could be safe. It is a very slow moving treadmill. It actually, I believe, is meant to be used in combination with like a standing height desk to work at. I actually have a standing height table, and I will set the speed on that treadmill to 1.5, and I can completely edit a video with no issues. It's actually very quiet as well. My husband has been on a conference call in the office before, and I will be on that right beside him, and he'll say like, sorry if you guys can hear my wife, and they're like, no, we can't hear it. So it's very, very soft and quiet in its noise. This is a very small treadmill. It is not for, like, I'd say if you're over maybe 6'2", I would not bother using this. Because even my husband, he's like, I can't use this, and my husband's not right at 6'2". So it is definitely a small treadmill. It's compact, it folds up onto the wall, but again, I think it's meant to be kind of more of a I'm walking while I work kind of thing, but I actually use it for days like today when it's like rainy and freezing cold and I need to walk and want to walk but can't walk outside. This 10-foot phone charger is such a random thing. My husband and I both have one, and we got them actually we both got 2 packs, and we bought them to pack in our hospital bags. And I feel like this is one of those things that like you don't think about. Like, you know that there are 10-foot cords out there. They're nice, but once you have one, then you're like, I don't want your measly little, what are they usually, like 3 feet or less? Like, you just don't want those as your cables anymore. And these actually are wrapped, so they're really nice and they're not gonna like bend and break easily. 10-foot phone cords. Like, we got them to pack in our hospital bags and have ended up using them at home, and now we both are spoiled rotten with our little 10-foot cords, and our phone can be all the way over here charging and we like still have it in our hand. So I love mine. Sam loves his. Highly recommend. Okay, I'm like sorry, but I'm not sorry. Like you're gonna thank me. So Sam's coworker went to visit his family in Colombia over the Christmas break. And he came back and he was like, I brought you some candy that I thought you would like. And you guys, when I tell you, Sam and I both just looked at each other and we're like, what is this heavenly goodness? And so I said, sure enough, I could find this on Amazon. And I can. It is the Super Cocoa just candies. They're 100% natural. It's 60 calories for 3 of them. And they taste so coconutty and they are so good. I'm glad I actually grabbed the bag that's closed because I ate an embarrassingly amount of them just when I pulled this out. I'm like, I've been gathering things for this video. Sam takes them every day to work, like a little handful of them. They are so good. So they just taste like little coconuts. I do want to say I'm sorry because if you do end up getting these, you're going to become completely addicted to them. And I actually told Sam, I was like, you tell him that I'm mad at him because I don't need candy every day, but I need the candy every day. You know, it's like in Friends when the woman's like, I need candy. Yes, you do. So good. It's like they're sweet, but they're not. They're just like this perfect coconut flavor, and they're like hard when you bite into them, but they're really good. Speaking of good, I think I have talked about this before, but this is Peanut Butter & Co. Dark Chocolate Peanut Butter. Now, this one is, you know, 2 tablespoons is 180 calories, so it's about 10 calories less than regular tablespoon. Definitely not the most healthy thing in the world. It's got 6 grams of protein per serving, but you guys, this is so good. I've actually been craving peanut butter a lot since I hit roughly my 3rd trimester, and this on Quaker cakes. Oh, it is so good. And so many people, when I shared that one time, were like, oh, I had this to mine, and I had this to mine, and I sprinkled a little bit of sugar, and I put bananas, and I put blueberries, and I'm like, no. First of all, this is still peanut butter, so it's not gonna like raise your blood sugar a lot, like things that are very sugary will. But 2, it doesn't need it. Like, this is literally chocolate peanut butter, but it's a lot better than like Nutella, okay? Just trust me. Try it. You can get regular Quaker like cakes. I get the chocolate Quaker cakes because chocolate's life. Put this on there. Ooh. Best snack of all time. So these I actually wanted to share because this time of year is when Zeus absolutely needs them the most. He has really sensitive skin. The good thing is his skin is so sensitive that usually something as simple as this can help fix it. I know that some dogs just have bad skin. I have friends that their dog needs like actual medication from a vet, and it has taken them years to find a good medication for him, and finally he is like good. He's not itching and scratching. Zeus, we definitely thought was like he was gonna need to go see a vet because his skin used to be so bad, but about a year or 2 ago I started using these, and I actually have these on an Amazon subscription. They're just the Zesty Paws Omega Bites. This is the chicken flavor. We have used the other flavor before, but he didn't like that one as much. But these just help his like itchy, irritated skin. I think a lot of it is just from the season change. It is always like, always February to April are his like itchiest months. This helps ease his skin so much. He gets 4. Oh, he's supposed to get 3 because he's over 75 pounds, but my sweet baby gets 4. So I give him 4 of these every single day, and sure enough, give it about 3 days and his skin is completely good and healthy, and his fur's a lot thicker. So if you do have an itchy dog, of course, like, you know, your dog may need actual medication from the vet. That is a super common thing I hear. For a dog who has sensitive skin and like a sensitive stomach, those help him 100%. Like, we haven't had to go to the vet with his itchy skin in a very long time. Okay, so the next things are actually kind of baby / postpartum items. We took a birthing class with our hospital, and God, if you are expecting a baby, I so cannot recommend that. We actually had a girl in our class. She had already given birth once at a completely different hospital in a different state, but she wanted to take one with our class and like our hospital because she wanted to know exactly the information they gave us. I cannot recommend that enough because they talked about their policies and procedures and what happens. And they gave me a list of everything that they are going to like, well, first of all, do after I give birth, like the push on your uterus thing. And she like gave us a heads up about that. So I have a product that will help with the cramping, not necessarily the nurses pushing on your belly, but she gave us a list of everything that they are going to have at the hospital for us that we can like take home, that I can use. I'm the one pushing out the baby. Give to me so that I can take home, and really kind of care for myself in postpartum. And then she also said like, these are some of the things that we don't supply but recommend, and also these are the things that we won't give you a ton of extras of because they're on back order right now, or you know, we just can't give a ton of those out because they're expensive. So I'm gonna share some of that postpartum stuff with you guys. And one of the things that I actually heard a lot about, it's super exciting. Like, I'm gonna bring home my son in some diapers and me some diapers. But I heard a lot about these, and a lot of you guys said the same things. Like, I hear you either absolutely love the mesh panties and you think they're like the best thing in the entire world, or you're like over it, can't stand this, why are these a thing? A couple of you guys even said you got rashes from them. So a lot of you guys recommended these to me on Insta, and a lot of you guys said that the small mediums like actually were not small mediums. So there is a size chart on here somewhere. Okay, so it says the small medium goes up to 100 to 190 pounds. And so many of you guys were like, that is not true. So definitely get the large. So I grabbed a large one of these, and I'm going to take a couple of these with me to the hospital because I already don't love the thought of having like to create this whole contraption down there. But to me, it just seems like easier to use the diaper. So I hear it's either a love-hate thing. So I'd rather have some ready to go just in case. But like, when I tell you, so many people said that. Even the nurse the other day, it was a labor and delivery nurse. She was like, always discreet boutique. Those are our recommendations if you don't want to wear the mesh panties. So this is something that she told us they will send us home with some, but she said, you know, we have kind of heard they are a little bit harder to get your hands on these days. So these are the Freedom Mom like cold therapy pads, and basically you just break it and then I think you shake it, and it is supposed to get like really, really cold. And these came in the Freedom Mom like kit that I bought, like the postpartum kit, and a bunch of you guys on Insta were like, no, go ahead and like buy a whole box of those. So I bought a box of 20 because you guys were like, they will be your friend, and you also will find that they're just not like the best to wear for a very long period of time. So that's what one girl said. She was like, I only wore mine for like 2 or 3 days. She said, but I found myself just kind of wanting to change it out a lot. And so she was like, you're gonna need a few more. So I did buy a few more of these, but my hospital did say they will be sending us home with some of these as well. So this is actually a little tip I got from my mom. She was a labor and delivery nurse, and she was actually telling me that what they used to do was every time they would change a diaper, they would go ahead and wipe the umbilical cord. And I said, well, don't you just use like, you know, alcohol and a Q-tip or something? And she was like, you can. She said, but then you're lugging around a big bottle of alcohol, and you also have the potential to spill it on the baby. And she was like, just get some alcohol pads. Like, that's what I did. And it worked so much easier because you just have one pad, you know, you can wrap it up with your diaper mess and throw it away until the umbilical cord like stump falls off. And I was like, that's brilliant. So I bought like a 200 pack, I think, of these, and it's just a little alcohol pad. I'll rip it open, kind of rub it all over his little umbilical stump once he gets here, and then hopefully we can get that little thing to fall off and not be a mess, you know? So alcohol pads, very random, but little nurse tip that she taught me: the washable breast pads. If you have made it this far, you are still here, and you have a tip on how to get boobs to stop leaking, I would be so thankful. A couple people have told me go ahead and start saving that. My doctor was like, listen, you are going to be so overdoing that in the next couple months if you make enough to like freeze. She was like, you have to worry about storing it correctly and putting the date and time. She was like, do not worry about saving it right now. And I honestly didn't have enough to save. I was just leaking a little bit. But lately, yeah, it's really bad. So if you have any tips for how to at least like get it to stop, or even just like slow down, or like, I don't know, but I literally looked down today and I just had it like dripping down. It's really disgusting, but I had it dripping down my belly because it's just like there's so much coming in and I don't know how to get rid of it. So I am wearing these breast pads pretty much around the clock, but I have soaked through a couple of them. So now it's like, it actually is enough to save. But my doctor was seriously, she was like, do not even concern yourself with that right now. She was like, you're gonna make plenty, you're gonna be over it. Sorry, there's a kid outside riding his dirt bike if you guys can hear that. So I'm listening to her on that one. I'm not gonna save it just yet, but if you guys have any tips, I would be so grateful. So anyway, these pads, they are absorbent. You know, they do help a lot, but sometimes, like this morning, there's just no helping me this morning. This baby monitor arm setup, so I actually am so happy. I mentioned, I think in the what I got for Christmas video, that I got the Infant Optics baby monitor, and so many of you guys were like, you were going to love that thing so much. A lot of you guys said it's easy for travel. We knew we just wanted one that didn't have any Wi-Fi capabilities. No Wi-Fi cameras are allowed in this house inside. And so we've really, I mean, for what we've played with it, we really like it, but it didn't come with a monitor arm of any kind. So we actually bought this monitor arm. It took a whopping 15 seconds to put together, and we now have it just like hanging out on his crib. When we get his snoo out after he's born, it will clip to the side of his snoo. But if you do have or are planning to get the Infant Optics baby monitor, this arm is great. It's like easy to maneuver, but it's definitely not flimsy. And we've been very pleased with it so far, you know, for the extent that we have played around with it. We haven't used it full time yet, but the stand is really nice and a very good buy from Amazon. Okay, last three things, all from the same brand. Things that you guys actually, I have not heard about these from anyone except for my Instagram followers, and you guys are the bomb diggity, because I got the Wish Garden after eavesdrops. I heard some people say that after your first baby, you don't get the cramps when your uterus is shrinking back. Some people say you do. I always approach, especially something as serious as childbirth, with the thought of, I would rather be prepared and waste it than not be prepared and be like needing it. So I did go ahead and get the Wish Garden after eavesdrops. They're already in my hospital bag, and a couple of you guys said you can take it with water. Some of you guys said you didn't take it with water. You know, either or. So I have heard great things about those from so many women, and a bunch of you guys actually told me to also get the Baby Blues one and the Milk Rich one. I don't know if leaking while you're pregnant is any indicator of what kind of milk production you will have after. Again, I'd rather be prepared. But the past week, it's so bad. So I'm learning early what I'm getting myself into. Although I'm sure I'm actually not. I'm sure this is not like a drop in the ocean compared to it. But I do have the Milk Rich ones from Wish Garden, just in case a ton of you guys said you noticed a substantial increase in your milk after these. And then a bunch of you guys said the Baby Blues just made you feel a lot more balanced, especially in those first couple weeks home with the baby. So I did go ahead and grab both of these, but the other one I do have in my hospital bag already. Okay, long video. I somehow made it through. I am so out of breath. It's like embarrassing. So thank you guys for bearing with me and knowing that I'm moving a little slower these days. I'm talking a little heavier, but thank you for watching. Don't forget to go below and click the subscribe button if you are new here. I love y'all, and I will see you in my next video.